Is this how Scott Lang is going to destroy the multiverse? Well, there's some interesting new details about Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania that have been revealed that have got fans talking. Let's take a couple minutes to talk about this theory about the end of the movie, what really happened to Scott Lang, and how writer Jeff Loveness seems to have all but confirmed it. Well, I know there's some mixed opinions on Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I actually really enjoyed the movie. And when you get to the end, you fall into another segment of Scott's everyday life. Now, when the film kicked off, we got a good taste of this, seeing Scott greeted on street corners, recognized as an Avenger, and even getting free coffee. But by the end of the movie, we get quite the different experience. When Scott returns from the quantum realm, many people have noticed some details that seem quite different. In the very beginning of the movie, as he walks down the street, everybody waves at him. But at the end of the movie, people don't seem to recognize who he is. In the beginning, Scott gets things like requests for pictures with dogs. Not at the end. You had the coffee shop owner that gave him free coffee at the beginning, but charged him $12 whole by the end of the film. And of course, there's Baskin-Robbins. Now, many people think this was just inner dialogue, but lots of people are starting to think there's quite a bit else going on. It appears to many fans that when Scott Lang returned from the quantum realm, he actually didn't return to his original world. Scott Lang is currently in an alternate reality. This would explain that uneasy feeling that Scott had throughout the end of the film and does create an interesting setup going forward. Now, this means that world he is living on could very likely be facing an incursion event, which, as we've been told, would absolutely destroy that reality and could even kill Scott Lang. Although, to be fair, he could escape to the quantum realm. Now, like with most theories, we almost never get any kind of confirmation about if it's true or not. But recently, writer Jeff Loveness was talking to the Phase Zero podcast, and he addressed the theory, and I have to say, it sounds like there really might be something to it. In that interview he said, "I think it's very interesting. I can't say very much. I actually love it's not too far off from some possibilities, but I can't say anything. For now, the only important thing to say is that the multiverse is limitless, and Scott Lang was the man who saved the universe in Avengers Endgame, and he may be the person who accidentally effed up the multiverse for everybody. So far, things are good. He's back to the life he thinks he has and loves, but he doesn't have the assurance that he had at the top of the movie. The Rocky III swagger is gone, and suddenly, the most carefree, luckiest guy in the MCU has a huge shadow hanging over him, and he doesn't know what to do about it." Now, in the movie that Loveness wrote, it seemed like Scott was just realizing that Kang may very well have been telling the truth after all, and pulling him out of the equation could have massive consequences for the rest of the multiverse. But those were Scott's thoughts on it, and that might have just been some misdirection on the part of Marvel. Remember, like I said, a person existing in the wrong multiverse can cause incursions, and he's already hinted that Scott could be the one to destroy the multiverse, meaning the incursion he is about to cause will trigger the whole event in Secret Wars. I really do love this theory and think most of the pieces are absolutely in place, and the fact that Loveness nearly confirmed it, well, I absolutely think this is where we're going. It seems pretty clear as more and more multiverse events happen, the path of this multiverse war gets closer and closer. We have some big events coming up, none bigger than Loki Season 2, and once the Kang Dynasty arrives, Scott Lang being in an alternate universe might be the straw that eventually breaks the universe's camel's back. But we'll have to wait and see.